So, welcome you all today. And I would first thank everybody for joining the session on your weekends, spending time for this topic. So, thank you so much. So, I would take this opportunity to, tell about myself. Like I'm Abilasha from Chennai. So, I have completed my diploma in child psychology and done my training and internship with Mind Makeup Clinic. Um, Mrs. Swati Priya ma'am. Uh, so Happy Mind Club Hub and is collaborated with Mind Makeup Clinic. One second. Yes. Where Swati Priya ma'am is being in this field for more than 15 years of experience. I'm happy to make this collaboration with you, ma'am. Thanks for the opportunity. And how we work is this is our approach is like self-centered, which means we focus on the client. Yes, we focus on the client and their emotions, not there is no space like telling advising or being somewhere like tuning them, complaining or pressurizing. Not like that. It will be like work together and find what really the child needs. So we are going to talk about the children between 9 to 14 years today. So 9 to 14 years of children, what they go through in their life, how their if we can find the changes and how we can support them. This is what we are going to do today. And with that, we will see where the counselor help needs and what do they do, how do they help, or everything about it. So I think let's begin the session. I would request everybody to have a paper and pen with you, and if you're comfortable with your phone notes also, it's fine, but just I want you to take down something like an activity. So how does a counselor help us in the way of helping our children to grow independently? So they give us a emotional support, developing skills, building confidence and self awareness, guidance for parents, navigating life changes. So there are many roles of a counselor in this, providing many coping mechanisms for tools like stress management, time management, academic pressure, how to handle them, how to come out of it. Everything will be guided. So many children nowadays are finding difficult to cope up with the many things. They are surrounded with too much of you know, distractions, I would say. So when we are in our younger age, we didn't have so much of distractions. But nowadays, children are facing too much, and we need to know how to support them. So it's just a small comparison table. If you're comfortable, you can take it as a paper pen activity. So it's just a reflection. I would say that most of us would have seen some difference in our children while they're growing. From their birth till now, there are so much of changes in them. But we are going to concentrate only three topics now, like behavior, health, and emotions. The topic are three, but the points can be how many hour you want. You're not going to share it anywhere. So feel free to make it note, find the difference in them 5 years ago and now. So please make a note. If you would like to share something, you're always welcome to share in this platform. So sometimes we know what's happening around, but because of our routine, our work, or Even we are handling some new things, and we are getting used to few new techniques around us. We are getting confused whether we are right or wrong, what to do, what not to do, how to do. So many confusions. So let's deep think within us and find what our children are needed. So if you are done with this activity, you can give a thumbs up. Make yourself active in our message chat box also. If you want to share something, if you want to tell or ask, you can use the chat box. In between of the session, if you have any doubts, please make a note or drop in the chat box. We have our Swati ma'am here. So at the end of the session, she will address your questions.
In response to the activity which you just gave us, the child in my house 5 years back, the child was very sociable, giving a social smile, connecting, and um, socially, yes, yes, of course, interactive. Health wise, the child faced a kind of separation anxiety when one of the parent used to go on night shifts. So that kind of thing existed 5 years back, and food habits, everything was good. Physical changes said that there was no developmental delays. The child was a healthy child. Emotion wise, this particular child was very calm and kind of used to be kind of a little passive. No, this was 5 years ago. The same child now, behavior wise, is very aggressive. Behavior wise is very aggressive. Health wise, very frequently falling ill. And emotions, if you take, anger would be the first uh, thing which the child will immediately express in different ways. Even if the child is crying, the child will cry out of anger. The child whom I'm speaking about is going to turn 6 now. So this is my experience and my observation of that particular child.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. Yes, like this, each child will have their own transformation before and after, and we will see why these changes are there and what is the emotions behind them. We will look into it deeply. So I'm just moving on with the slides. We will keep our discussions at the end, maybe after 4:45, because I have two, three activities like this. So I think everybody will be comfortable with that. So please make note all the informations you want to share. So with that, the changes you have noted down now, write three words, only three words to describe your child's current phase. What do you feel after seeing these changes? Seeing now, what do you feel? Just write down three words about them to describe their current phase. If you are done with this, please give us a thumbs up. I will move to the next slide.
Please feel free to even put it in the chat box so that we can
Yes.
know what you exactly feel, dear participants. Or if you're, it's okay with you, you can like turn on your mic and you can talk to us. You can share.
Yes, ma'am. Make yourself active in chat box. It will be more comfortable for both of us to view.
I request any one of you to give response to this particular question and write down three words to describe your child's current phase.
Anybody want to share something about this?
If there's
Okay.
no one to speak, you can move to the next slide, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So now we are getting into the next slide, like understanding the tween phase. So we know that they go through many changes, but why and what are the changes? We have to understand them first. Physical changes, emotional changes, cognitive, social, and behavioral changes are here. So physical changes are like growth, hormonal shift, and puberty starts. It's not only for girls; it's it's for both boys and girls. It will be the same. So for girls means we will know what happens and why it happens, everything. But we most of the time miss to know understand that even boys will go through the same changes emotionally and physically. So this is the first thing which they go through. And emotional changes like mood swings, sudden sensitivity, identity formation. So this is very important, which is not visible outside. So சடனா என் குழந்தை கோவப்படுறான், திடீர்னு பேசவே மாட்டேங்கிறான், he's shutting down inside his room, he's getting sensitive. These are the changes which we see in them, which comes under emotional changes. So most of physical changes will be visible, these emotional changes will not be visible. We have to understand. And cognitive, curious mind. So this identity information is they are growing, they need their identity. Who am I, why am I like this, why my body is like this, all these things will go in their mind. So, cognitive is curious mind, questioning attitude, strong opinions. They will start to express what they want, what they need, and curious to know about what's happening. If we hide something or we say no to something, their mind will first go to that, thinking about what is there, why they are saying no. These are all the cognitive development and changes they are going through. And social, peer influence will increase, friendship becomes important. This many parents I have heard telling that nowadays he's not at all talking with me, he's always on phone with his friends. He wants always to spend time with his friends. Yes, even that comes under their changes. And behavioral, more independence, less patience, and boundary testing. So more independence is before they would have been with us, they would have traveled with us from the birth till age of 8. They will be very close to the parents, mother or father. It can be with anybody or both also. So they will be very close, but later we will see the changes, like there will be a gap between the parents and the children. Boy or girl, it's applicable for both. I'm talking as a child for 9 to 14 years. So it's not about a girl or a boy, and also mother or a father. It's about a both. So what will happen here is they will get the lose their patience. Immediately they should get what they want. Immediately it should happen, and more independent. They want to move forward independently. நீங்க வராதீங்க, நானே போய்க்கிறேன், I will take care. These are all the phrases they will come up with. And boundary testing, like I said, this curious mind will trigger this boundary testing. They want to do and see what is happening, what is the other side. So this boundary testing is also a change in their uh, no behaviors.
So, one thing when we are talking about physical changes in teenage, when they're moving from the adolescence to the adult period, especially because you also mentioned 14 years. So nowadays, attaining puberty for girls has become quite early. It could also be happen with the boys, with a kind of like, one generation back, though the age was quite different. Today it's like quite prepone because of our lifestyles or whatever kind of food we are taking in. And there are very a lot of differences. So one thing is that always women got that education. Women also got also always, from the early periods, they did not have shyness among each other. For example, mother and daughter, or elder sister, or there could be an aunt, there could be a chitti, chitta, I mean perima, atta, anyone who would come and speak about such things to the child, from changes which the child is going through bodily. Maybe the development of secondary sexual characters. The development of secondary sexual characters, they can talk about, and they can also encourage their daughter to wear a dupatta for this reason. It is not, it is unsafe for you to go like this. You should like, maybe, some small things. I'm not talking about dressing here, or what is the right kind of dress, or no, but what I'm trying to, the message which I'm trying to convey is some little bit of things they teach. Go and dress in the private room after a certain age. You're not supposed to roam around with your we used to wear this kind of shimmies in our age. Now I don't know if it exists. So such things were given to the girl children, and they were also equipped with information like what will happen during the process when you attain puberty. Even before that, I remember, mine was a girls school where they initiated some sessions. The school initiated some sessions on how a woman attains puberty and what should you do at that time. There were many different companies like Whisper and Stay Free who used to like come and give us a demo about that product, on how to use it. Even before I attained my puberty, I got that opportunity to learn about what it is and how I should use it. All these things I was well equipped before I attained my puberty. But this kind of a thing is like somewhere not that easily available for men. Nobody is coming and doing a session for men on puberty. Even like how a woman has started becoming, um, like kind of, becoming a woman from childhood to womanhood. The transformation period, whatever information that woman is getting, like how a woman attains puberty, the boy, a male child, is also attaining puberty. That also happens at different phases. The boy can be 13 or 14 or 15. Some boys may attain it early. For some boys, it may be later. That is again depending on like how girls are also attaining puberty at the different age. For them, it is different. But the father or the brother or the uncle is not going to sit with them and talk about attaining puberty, or what are the different changes you will undergo while you are attaining puberty, and how should you keep your body and mind. Here women are getting the education to keep yourself clean, hygienic when you are going through the menstruation. So further, nobody is teaching a boy to keep your private parts clean once you are growing older. When you're close to that age, there's no, that kind of an education is denied for men for a long time, I feel, from their boyhood. So that is also very necessary to educate the fathers, to educate the fathers to have a good bond with their son. This is not something for us to shy off. Just because we are shying off on talking certain important things, as an impact of this, they will get some information from whatever sources. It could be a friend who got an information from a different wrong source. Maybe they watched the TV program after 11 o'clock, where there's a sex doctor talking about different kinds of things and the people raising different kinds of questions. So secretly, these children may watch it, and the next day they will come and discuss in the class. That may be that many may not be true, or it may be unscientific also. I don't think a well qualified medical expert will misguide whomever they're meeting or when they're making a public talk show. So that this is something a secret. That is why only after everybody is going to sleep, they're putting this particular program will be the thing, and I should somehow know it. And that's how like they come to know many things, because the right kind of sex education, if it is provided, many crimes can be reduced, I feel. And people learn it by watching porn. Maybe in that porn characters, they're different kind of models who perform it, that cannot be applicable in the practical life after marriage, post marriage. So they expect the same thing from the wife, and because of this there are some no confusions arising, and they're not able to lead a healthy marital life. So whatever is happening in the childhood, whatever is happening in the adolescence, definitely impacts the adult life of that individual in terms of relationships also. So that is what I wanted to tell here, and like how whatever ma'am presented in the previous slide. Everybody is not an apple tree. Maybe I'm an apple tree. Maybe Abilasha ma'am is a mango tree. Someone here can be a cherry tree. So whatever is the nature of that particular tree, it has a unique nature. Only that it can produce. If I can produce apple, I can only produce apple. I cannot produce a mango, because I'm not created that way. My nature is not that. My characteristics are not that way. So that is how every child is unique and very different. It is not reasonable for us to place expectations from an apple tree to give us mangoes. All right, thank you, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Thank you. So, what was the most change in your child surprised you in recent days? Please note it down. You can share in the chat box also. In recent days, what was the sudden change in your child, which you thought it would not be it surprising day? It can be anything. Yes, please feel free to share.
You too can give examples if people are not in a position to share.
Yes, ma'am. Like very talkative child suddenly getting calmer, uh, and very bold child may be sensitive, or sensitive child becoming bold. Whatever it may be, it can be anything emotionally or no, uh, taller, something, anything physically, emotionally. Their interest would have changed sometimes. The eating routine, their friends' style, everything. So hope at least you can find it out and note it down for yourself. So like we are going to the next slide. The parent tween gap. The gap between the parent and the child. While growing, this gap will be more and more. How to fill the gap with the healthy inputs. That's what we are going to see now. So why this gaps and what's happening inside it? Desire for independence versus safety concerns. So as the child grow big, like as I said, till 8 years, the child will be very attached to us. They get all from us. They ask for us any help or whatever it may be. As they grow, they want to do everything on themselves. They want to recognized as a uh, bigger girl or big boy, like that. They will no more like to treat them as a child like before. For us they may be like a child for till end, but for them they need the identity, so they will come up with their own ideas and thoughts. Mismatch in expectations. This, I think, nowadays what I feel is the due to the social media, children is getting confused between the real life. Even when we are younger, we would have some fantasy imaginations about our future life or about our life, whatever it may be. But to the stage, to that point, we know that it is an imagination. So even though it was a fantasy world, we know there is a limit. We cannot go. We cannot do that. This is how is our limit. This is our family boundaries. Everything. But now, seeing this reels or shorts or social media videos, what they are thinking is anything can happen for anybody. So it's open to all. They don't understand that that is also one type of a real life. So here these children are getting confused, and they expect something, and in reality that is not going to happen, at least for in few instances. Communication breakdown. Slowly the gap will make us to reduce the communication for many reasons, because of their academics, extracurricular activities, peers, many things which can happen. And so this communication will be cutted down. Overprotection or strictness. So yes, this is can be one of the reasons, because overprotection. Nothing should happen to my child. It should not face any problem like I faced. I will protect my child for. I will do anything for them. This is one stretch, and other stretches, the other end is like over strictness. Very strict boundaries will also make them think negative. So that is also brings a big gap between us. So transparency is more important in a parenting style. So strictness and boundary fixing is completely different. And peer pressure plus digital distraction. So, as I said before, in mismatch in expectations, this digital distraction is getting confused within them. So, this peer pressure is bringing lots of confusion. Like, he is doing that, they got this, their parents are treating them for birthday party like this, my parents are not doing this. So somewhere between the real and the real life, they are getting confused. So it's our duty and responsibility to tell our children each family is different. Each what to say, their rules and regulations are different. So that clarity we have to give them, so that they will be while growing or moving to the next roles, they will be clear in what they want and what is their destination is more important. So that family's destination will be different, yours and ours are different. So that clarity is also very important.
When you mentioned this, I just thought of explaining one thing. Actually, I was working in a affluent school, where most of the people were the creamy layer in the society, and like how our people think, we generally think that when we are putting our child in the best school in that particular city, which is under the top ranks or whichever is categorized as a very good school, it's okay for us to even borrow money, take loans, and spend it on education. So beyond their capability, they'll be putting children in those schools, which it is up to them, but still, maybe they can still, as a parent, they can still decide the pros and cons of their boundaries and what they can also contribute, so that you don't have to be get into debt. You don't have to get into a loan or interest or whatever, no. So that it reduces the stress and thereby contributing to more of happiness in the family. So here, what is the problem which is happening is, in that same affluent school, now a middle class boy is also studying. So when that middle class boy is getting into that either kind of environment, So here from 8th standard, from whatever I have observed, from standard 7 and 8, they have this partying culture in that school whenever they have weekends. And it's so surprising that in some parties, it is not only cut off with that partying, but they go to the next level of having a beer or whatever. Here what happens is, people who are, not everybody, most of them who are belonging to the creamy layer, affluent class, they will let their children, they let their children for party because it is part of their lifestyle. The mother also may be partying. Here we are not putting anyone down, it's their lifestyle. They are used to a certain habits, they're used to a certain lifestyle. Unless we don't disturb anybody else and we go with whatever our plans are, that is up to that person, that individual to decide. So here what happens is, this child starts comparing to the other child. And when this child is coming and asking permission to go to that party, to that friend's party, weekend party, every week, maybe the child is making some attempts to ask, the parents definitely will not agree, because still again it is out of the culture, where it is also like they call this um, kind of sleepover. That particular night, we all as friends, as a gang, we will be in that friend's house. So many will send because it's a house, they're staying in the friend's house, and we also know the parents, so it's okay, fine. So in not in every cultures this is acceptable. So some people might restrict their children from doing that, and especially parents of girl children. They might have their own concerns about the physical safety of that child. So when this comes into kind of a challenge, it's a challenge for the child to convince the parent and go for that party, and still the child cannot go empty handed to the party. The others are buying some gifts for whoever is giving them a party. So, where will I will again have to ask for money from my parents to buy a gift, and it should not be very. It should not be a less expensive gift. I will still be mocked for it. So, here, if the parent is not allowing this child to party, the child might develop a kind of grudge towards the parent and feel sad for himself or herself and get into that wallowing mode. And still, then next, what happens is, the child faces a kind of bullying in that particular school on what is your father doing, what is my father doing kind of conflict. I have faced this kind of cases, that is why I'm telling you this. Mostly this will happen in the restroom with the teen boys, it happens in the restroom. So that is the space where they don't have cameras and they can easily attack each other, get into physical fights, or tease the other person. So such things are happening, and it is very very difficult for us to, for the parent especially, to put up with these kind of struggles. You also can feel free to share whatever you want to share. It's an open forum, and we welcome you to come for more discussions about your own perceptions. You can be a parent, you can be a working person, you can be a counselor. Your suggestions also will be valued and very useful for the others as well, including us. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So now we are going to see three different situations of a child, and we are going to find the emotion behind the situation. My child suddenly gets irritated over small things. This is what is we are seeing from outside. As a parent, we are going to see only this emotion. If a child reacts with irritation or anger, what hidden emotion would they actually be feeling? So we sometimes don't know why they are suddenly getting irritated like that. So this may be the reasons: stress, pressure, embarrassment, or feeling unheard. So something they want to share and they are not able to share openly, or something they are feeling pressurized. So we as a parent, we can find what is the emotion behind their anger. Not to see the only the reaction, but we have to feel the emotion behind their reactions. That's more important. My child shut down and does not share anything after coming home. So some I have heard like till fourth or third standard, my son or daughter used to share everything in what happens in his daily life. But nowadays they are not telling anything. Even if I ask something, they are answering with only one or two words. This is the problem many parents are facing. When your child becomes silent or withdrawn, what emotion might be underneath? So, what will be the emotion behind that is overwhelm, fear, or judgment, confusion, and emotional tiredness. So these are all the emotions maybe uh, is behind their reaction. So they are scared or feared or something. They are confused. What will happen? What if I say this? What will mother will say? What will father will say? How my family will treat me? So these are all the confusions will start to come in their mind. So it's not their mistake. All these changes are becoming coming or they are going through because of their age changes. So we have to understand them and we have to give them the space to communicate with us, and let's see how it happens. My child spends excessive time on phone. If your child isolates or escapes into screen, what emotion could be they coping up with? Like we would have heard many news about this in our surrounding also. Maybe we would have faced few children who are always being on phone even in the family function, in parties, wherever we go, in hotels, wherever we go, we have seen few children being on phone all the time. Loneliness, insecurity, boredom, or social pressure. So child may go through something emotionally for every reaction. We are seeing only the reaction from outside, but we have to take another step and find what they really feel about themselves, and are they comfortable with the surrounding. Sometimes children are pressured or forced to do something in front of their relatives, or talk about their education, academic marks, or even their physical structure. What you are studying 10th standard but you still look like a 6th standard boy. What you are so no you are a 6th standard but you still look like a 12th standard girl. So this body shaming is still happening in our society. So many things children are going through which is not healthy for their development. So the last one is like my child argues back. Would this be a need for independence, a feeling of being controlled, or an attempt to express their growing identity? I would like to hear from somebody from you for this. What is the emotion behind this child arguing back? What do you feel? It can be anything. Please share or drop in chat box also.
As a child, I would say that I was a very silent child until the age of 11, 12. When I got into the teens, I started back answering, especially my mother. I don't think it is out of independence, but I had a over controlling parent. I felt over controlling, and like all the decisions will be taken by the parent. It is sometimes suffocating for a child when a child is not given the space to talk about what the child feels, and when the child is not given the space or to recognize that acknowledgement is very important about, I am thinking this way, what do you feel about it? This kind of discussion never happened. So I'm the controller, I'm the authority. I will decide what you need to do, and you will just have to oblige by what I say, including uh, making a choice of the kind of tuition in which you have to be in, the group choice in subjects, and no, it just continued all through the teens. So, like when it was like kind of like, I think there is an identity crisis also here, because you're not letting me to be myself. And somewhere it is the age where my self concept is also developing, and I also need the sense of belongingness. So when this is giving me so much discomfort, that process is getting stopped. I'm not able to evolve from it. So, this is one reason which I experienced as a child, and the reason for which I was arguing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your points. So, like, what I feel for this point is, when we were child, we were not given the space to share our thoughts. As ma'am said, it was like a controlled one, and at times when it is getting pressurized, we burst out and became it. It came it as an argument or something, no, adamant, or what they would say is, "Why are you talking? Why are you back answering? You do what we say." So many things, but nowadays what parents are making one difference is, like, they want to change their parenting style. One thing is happening, they want to change the parenting style, and they don't, sometimes they feel like they should not be like their parents for any reasons. But what is happening is, what I feel of seeing few instances, while the child is talking back or questioning, answering the questions, they feel like, I did not answer, back answer my parents, but my child is doing that. This confusion is there with parents in their transformation. I would like to clear that doubt. We gave the space, and we want to give that space for our children to talk about it. So don't take it as an argument. Better we have to make it as a soft discussion about them, so that we will not feel that they are back answering. They are sharing their thoughts which we missed in our childhood, and that's what we want. So if your child is talking back and answering your questions, we have to feel happy that they are still ready to communicate with us. So most of the time, as I said, we are seeing the reactions outside, but we are missing the emotions behind their words or their anger or their frustration. Even I can say their isolation. But what they really need, and what is the communication stopping us to find it out? What teens secretly want but don't say? They really want these things, but they are hesitating to share. Maybe they are feeling something like, இத சொன்னா என்ன ஆகுமோ, என்ன நினைப்பாங்களோ, இது எப்படி போய் சொல்றது? Because still the child is under our control of, no, below 8. We really know what they want. After one stage, we really don't know what they want unless they open up. So we have to give them the space, and we have to build the conversation, so that they can communicate, this is what I want. Sometimes, no, I feel that even if if they are hungry, sometimes we will not know. But in their childhood, it was not like that. It was we who takes the plate before they say hungry. But after one stage, even if it is hungry, they have to say. So for that itself, we need a communication. Means, what about the emotions? Surely we need to know what they are going through. So these are the things what they feel inside. Listen to me, trust me a little more, don't compare me, give me space, stand by me when I fail. This is the most important one. When something great happens, even everybody comes to appreciate, but when something goes wrong, they expect only the parents to support them. They will not go anywhere else. They don't expect it from outsiders for sure. Appreciation can come from anywhere, but that support they need is can come from only from the parents. So these things should happen, and how can we make it happen in our daily routine? Just think about it. If you have any ideas, if you want to share something, so this can happen, these changes can happen, this can be made, like dinner time, like family time. So sharing their thoughts, taking one topic and discussing about it, so makes them comfortable and give them a recognition that parents are involving me in some important thing. So they believe me, I'm responsible. So these are the things we can build in them. So how do you feel that, what, this can happen? What are, if you have any ideas or want to share something, you can share. So whenever a problem is happening, first they should believe that parents are there. Whatever happens, I can go to my parents, they will help me, they will guide me. So this is what they want, and this is what we also want our child to come and tell us. So how can we do that?
As parents, we too need to upgrade ourselves. Our children are not maybe coming and telling about certain things to us because they are scared of our reactions. So I should make it a safe place for my child to come and talk about it. When my child is not able to say something to me, but the child is going and telling it somewhere else itself, means that somewhere I'm failing there as a parent. No, so to
Yes,
just
ma'am.
even if like sometimes as a counselor, when they come and share certain concerns to us, and we put it across in a very nice way to the parent, so that they will take care of whatever is the need is. It Healthy parents take it in the right sense, they work on it, but it is not the same with every parent. There are cases where they get back home and scold the child for going and telling it outside instead of telling it to me. You have shamed the family, you have put the family prestige down. No such kind of comments. So when you ask this question, I felt that a parent can make the place a safe place for the child, first of all, to come and talk. And the child should know that my parent will not judge me. Maybe my mama might scold me, maybe my dad might scold me for whatever I did. It's okay, it's only my dad, after all it's my mother, it's okay. But they will help me. They will scold me, but still they will help me. That is more important to me.
Yes, ma'am. I too felt the same. Even though they scold, that's okay to get the scolding, but I have to first convey this to my parents, because only they can help me upbring the trust they should get. Yes. So as ma'am said, the way of talking and the reactions which we give make more sense. So talk with them and not at them. Like effective methods. So if you see the effective methods, ask open-ended questions. So when you are putting them into a discussion, don't give the solution by yourself. Just drop the question and wait for their thoughts, listen to them, and if we consider their solutions also, they will be happy, and that will in turn build their confidence. So I am also able to tackle something, even I am able to think about this, and they are considering my thoughts, so I have to do more next time. So this is how their confidence will be building. Validate feelings before correcting their behavior. So as we said, something has happened and they are coming to you. As a parent, we have to see what's the feeling behind their reactions. So in எடுத்த உடனே we should not blame them for why you did this, you don't know this, you have to do this and the madri. We should not blame them immediately. We can ask what has happened, why has happened, how do they feel, are they safe. So the questions, the way we talk will make them more comfortable. Pause before responding. So, as soon as they say something, we immediately respond with our reactions of maybe sometimes anger, sometimes even crying, sometimes even our calmness will also hurting them. So, we have to pause and validate their feeling and yes, we have to listen completely. Nadula பாதி விஷயத்தை கேட்டுட்டு we should not get into a judgment as this is why it has happened. Why did you do this? Who told you to go there? So before going into any conclusion, let them talk fully and tell what has happened and what they feel actually. Maintain eye contact and calm tone. So when seeing up telling about eye contact, nowadays I feel it is pretty much missing because we have a phone always in our hands. We have some other work in phones, calls on phones, tabs, laptops, so many things, so many distractions. So when they come up to tell something to us, we are busy with our accessories or gadgets or our work, something like that. So even I can understand, if we are working, we have our working time, so everything is there. But for a second we can pause and tell them that if it is okay to share after half an hour, give me some time, I will come and hear you. So the conversation, even a single word or a sentence, can be better if it is going to be with eye contact. And a tone is very important. Ineffective methods is like you always do this, don't argue because I said so, stop crying for silly things. This is very important. Please, we should understand emotions means everything. Angry and happiness, smile, crying, everything should be there for a child. Even fear. Nowadays, I'm hearing many parents telling that என் குழந்தைக்கு பயமே கிடையாது. I don't know how healthy is that. I personally feel that everything is important as an emotion. Where you should fear, you should have the fear. Where you should feel the happiness, you should feel the happiness, empathy. And if you want to cry, the child has all rights to cry, even a boy or a girl. Don't ever feel that boys should not cry for silly things. You are grown up, don't cry. No, crying is an emotion. It will make them more strong, it will not make them weak. If they feel like crying, we should give the space. Maybe it doesn't mean that they should cry in the front of everybody in classroom or outside the house. No, I will say that house is the safest place for them to share all the emotions. So there we have to give the space, even for crying. That's okay to cry. So this activity is for you all. You're going to shift yourself as a twin or twins for your younger age now, and just feel the answers what comes to your mind. Now you're all young ladies and gents, like 9 to 14 years between. You're there now. So what was one thing that made you feel scared or worried when you were 10 to 12 years old? Just imagine yourself as 10 to 12 years old, and think about what made you feel scared or worried. So I have given five situations like that. So take your time. What was the biggest change you remember facing during your growing years? And how did you cope up? It's like a time travel. You have to just go back to your young age and think what happened to you and how did you react. Think of a time you felt misunderstood as a child. What did you wish someone would have said to comfort you? Sometimes you would have felt that nobody is hearing me, nobody is believing me. They would have told me this so that I would have felt happy. What was something that made you feel truly happy at that age? And do your children have something similar today? So sometimes our children will feel the same. Have you find any similarities between you and your child? What kind of support did you need at that age but never asked for? Surely all of us would have crossed any or at least one or two instance about this. So now you have to compare it with yourself now, your child now. If your child feels these same emotions today, what can you do differently as a parent? Just think about it and you can write it on paper, share it in chat box, or you can unmute and talk about it.
Our participants can send you responses privately to this. You can please request you to share your contact number in the
Sure.
WhatsApp chat. I mean, sorry, in the chat box,
Sure, ma'am.
so that they'll make a note of it.
Sure. I have shared my contact details. So for everything, if you want to share something personally, you can share to this number. So I'm moving to the next screen. If you want, you can take this as a screenshot also. Yes, this is a final step that we need to do from our side, because till now we are finding the changes in them. We are finding the emotions behind their reactions and understanding their changes, everything. But what can we do is build trust. How can we build the trust in them? Like as we said before, whatever happens, even good or bad, they should first come to us. As a parents, they have to come directly to us. So that space will come when they trust us. So no, not only for them, if you take us also, we will not go share with everybody everything. We share only to the person whom we trust a lot. That's what we have to give to our children. So consistency in rules, respect privacy, allow age appropriate freedom, involve them in decision making. So it's nothing new or a big thing which we are learning today. We also know this, but are we doing this? Is just keep an eye, just keep and cross check about it. So no, we have to work on it to make their and the understanding with our children in a better way. So the consistency, so telling one today, changing the rules tomorrow, it should not be like our comfortability. நம்ம இஷ்டத்துக்கு ரூல்ஸை மாத்திட்டே இருக்கக்கூடாது. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி இல்லாம, அஃப்கோர்ஸ் there will be exemptions all the time. That's not I'm talking about. But this is what is our rules up is all about. This is how our family is. This is what we should do. This is how we should be. We should be strictly maintaining. First we have to maintain, then only seeing us they will follow. And respect privacy. குழந்தைகளுக்கு என்ன மேம் பிரைவசி அப்படின்னா, நோ, ஃபார் ஏஜ், ஆஸ் பர் தேர் ஏஜ் அண்ட் growth and development, we need to be little more comfortable in giving them the space. Allow age appropriate freedom. 10 இயர்ஸ் ஆயிடுச்சு, இன்னமும் நான் தனியா எங்கேயுமே அனுப்ப மாட்டேன் அப்படின்னா, then we have to learn and we have to change. involve them in decision making. So in decision making, we are not talking about any big things like going to buy something for the property, or not like that. It will be like even extra character activities which they want to join. We can give them a space to decide or discuss, at least not decide. Decision also we can take, but for discussion at least they should be involved. We should know whether they are interested to do or not. It should not be like pressurizing them or asking, நான் பே பண்றேன், நான் கூட்டிட்டு போய் விடுறேன், you have to go and come. It should not be like that. That's what I feel. So yes, healthy boundaries, screen time, sleep routine, study habits, safety, and social rules. ஸோ நான் ஃபோன் பார்த்துக்கிட்டே இருப்பேன், பட் நீ பார்க்கக்கூடாது அப்படின்னு சொல்றது இட்ஸ் நாட் கோயிங் டு ஒர்க் அவுட். ஸோ இஃப் த ரூல் இஸ் அ ரூல் ஃபார் எவ்ரிபடி, maybe we will have some work in that. So we will take that time. That child will understand slowly. So sleep routine, study habits. I will watch TV, you go and sleep. Yeah, I will watch TV, you go and study. That is not going to help it out. So sometimes we have to match up with them and their requirements, and it should be something mutual. And safety and social rules. So going outside with friends, willingness is important. Yes, ma'am. We have to give time for them to do some work. We should not rush up with them. Yes, yes, ma'am. So, how we need some time to progress, how we need some privacy, even for their age, they will need to one certain limit. We can no, decide the limit, but we have to be uh, giving them some support. Okay, you are grown up now, so you can do this, but this is your limit. So even for example, for playtime also, you can give some restrictions, limitations, everything, and stick to the boundaries as discussed with them. Sit and discuss with them what is your plan, how you want to prepare, how you are going to balance, what you want to do next. So these questions will make them no responsible. Okay, mama and papa are expecting something from me, so I should be responsible. So even though before you asking them, they would have not known anything, no idea, அத பத்தி யோசிச்சு கூட இருக்க மாட்டாங்க. But when you ask them, when you put some questions in their mind, they will start thinking. So healthy thoughts will make them keep them equipped healthily, so that the unnecessary distractions will not be there. So here, what as a counselor, what we would like to share here is when we need to be more keen about the changes. So from the beginning, we are seeing so much of things. I think you could all relate with the changes and see the difference in your child, and few things you can find it out. Yes, ma'am, we have noted this, we know this. Yes, but is everything a problem? Means no. So when it is a red flag, அப்படிங்கிறத we will see, like emotional signs, behavioral signs, physical and health indicators, social and peer related signs, stress and coping concerns, digital or behavioral addictions, family related triggers. So these are the points I have highlighted here. So, what is emotional science is, so when they are not heard, we saw what will happen. They get irritated. So, if it is one time or two time, it is fine. When it happens often, when the frequency is higher, then we have to look into them. Then it means that they need us our support. So like anger, the burst out anger will be like harming themselves, banging the doors or banging their heads to the walls, breaking the property at home, whatever it may be. I'm telling as examples. So when it goes beyond the control, we can find behavioral signs like suddenly started telling lies. Before that it was not like that. She's not talking, he's not talking, he's getting disconnected. Suddenly the over talk will also be a problem. So no, not she or he may be a very quiet or calm child. Now suddenly they have talking too much and unnecessarily. Then also we would want to know what's happening. Physical and health indicators. So physical and health indicators is like suddenly they started eating too much, or they have stopped and they have been more conscious on their appearance. Nowadays I have seen children who are more conscious that they should be lean, they should be fair, they should have long hair. Boys should be like this hairstyle, and face pimples should not be there, and their skin color and tone they are more keen on that. So everything is, we know the limit. As we have also crossed those age, we know this is okay, and this limit, this changes is acceptable, yes, fine. But when it goes beyond that, that's where we have to keep an eye on it. And often feeling sick, health indicators like when they emotionally or not healthy, it will be like those children may often fall sick unnecessarily, maybe because of improper sleep routine, not proper food. Anything can happen. So social and peer related signs like as we saw, they suddenly get disconnected with the friends due to some issues, or it may be vice versa. They are going into too much of online playing, too much of calls discussion. Every time they want to talk with, be with some set of people, so they are disconnecting with us. So that can that will also be a sign. Stress and coping concerns. So all children are not same. So their academics, extracurricular activities, family issues, whatever it may be, the peers pressure, they are handling too much. So are they capable of coping all those things? So we should know what's their capacity also. Stress and digital or behavioral addictions. So that mobile addiction and behavioral addiction is, now we are hearing more about the substance usage in very young age. So if some child, if doesn't mean that our child, and we are talking about generally, if we find any child getting disconnected or getting into too much of digital addiction, we have to be um, giving more importance of what's happening in their life. So digital, the addictions is not only the playing games, behind that more things are happening. For us it will be like they are just playing for some time, they are just watching sometime something, but we don't know what's happening behind that, because this digital world is something good and bad, both are there. So before good is reaching our children, bad is affecting them. So we should be more conscious about what they are doing. The restrictions, boundaries, limitations, all must be noted down. Family related triggers, the fight between the parents, and the separation between the parents, or whatever it may be, the child will go through some emotional affect that will impact their emotions. So that will also come under considerations. So I have noted down 3 points like signs for red flag. Child talks about self harm or hurting others. This is not normal. When a child says that I want don't want to leave or something like that, that's not going to be a healthy sign. And child starting beating others, that is also and most important one is the frequency, how often it is happening. Child expresses hopelessness or worthlessness. ஸோ நான் எது பண்ணாலும் இது ஒர்க் அவுட்டே ஆக மாட்டேங்குது. வாட் எவர் ஐ டூ ஐ எம் ஃபெயிலிங். ஐ டோன்ட் நோ வாட் டு டூ. ஐ திங்க் ஐ எம் நாட் ஃபிட் ஃபார் எனிதிங். ஸோ தீஸ் டைப் ஆஃப் talks should not be there. Extreme anger or emotional breakdowns occurring often. So the anger which I said, like banging their heads or hurting themselves, hurting others or property around them, and often it is happening, then it must be considered. So now how counselor here is going to help the child is person centered, non-judgmental, giving ears to listen, identify and shift thought patterns.